Hello everyone, my name is Chandra Prakash Bhaguna and I have attended an interview in a company called NIC and the interview date was the 31st January 2023 and the interview location was the New Delhi. So they asked me normalization. So normalization refers to organizing our database columns, rows and tables to minimize data redundancy. So I am most familiar with the first three normalization form. The first is about the eliminating repetitive group and the second is for the eliminating redundant data. The third normalization form is about eliminating the columns that don't depend on a key. Some others I know of are the voice code, optimal and domain keys form. So generally we have three types of normalization. First is eliminating repetitive group. Second, eliminating redundant data. And third, eliminating the columns that don't depend on the key. Next question they ask me joins. So SQL joins are used to combine rows from two or more tables based on the related columns between them. So for example, inner join. So returns only the rows where there is a match in both tables. So select employee ID as employee ID, employee name as employee name, department name as department from employees. Inner join departments on employees department ID equal to departments.id. Left join or left outer join returns all rows from the left table and the matched row from the right table. If there is no match, null values are returned for the column from the right table. So query select employees.id as employee ID, employee.name as employee's name, departments.department name as department from employees. Left join departments on employees.department ID equal to department ID. Right join or right outer join returns all rows from the right table and the matched rows from the left table. If there is no match, null values are returned for columns from the left table. So query is select employee ID as select employee ID as employee ID, employee.name, departments.department name from employees. Right join department on employee.department ID equal to department ID. Full outer join returns all rows from both the table. If there is no match, null value are returned for columns from the table that doesn't have a match. So query select employee ID as employee ID, employee.name as employee name, departments.department name as department from employees. Left join departments on employees.department ID equal to department ID. Unions select employee ID as employee ID, employee.name as employee name, departments.department name as department from right employees. Right join department on employees.department ID equal to departments.id. So next question they asked me what is the default join. So if you simply use the keyword join without specifying a type, SQL assume it's an inner join. So default join, inner join, select orders.orders ID, customer.name from orders, join customer on orders.customer ID equal to customer.customer ID. Next question they ask me, why would you use a full outer join? So and full outer join is a method to combining tables so that the result includes unmatched row from both the table. If you are joining two tables and want the result set to include unmatched rows from both the table, use a full outer join. Next question they ask me store procedure, elaborate. So store procedure is a prepared SQL code that you can save. So the code can be reused over and over again. So if you have an SQL query that you write over and over again, save it as a stored procedure and then just call it call it to execute it. So example, create procedure get all employees, then begin select start from employees and delimiters, call the store procedure colon call get all employees. They ask me functions in uh, MySQL. So we have the string functions concat length upper lower substring trim replace, numeric function abs seal floor round sqrt pow mode. Mode is for the return the remainder of the division. Date and time functions now cur date cur time date underscore add date underscore subtract date if year. Aggregate, that is a group function used with the group by count sum average max min. And control flow function used for the conditional logic if case null if coalesce. JSON function used to handle JSON data, JSON object, JSON array, JSON extract. Other useful functions UUID version user. Want to try these? Run the following query to see the function in action. So select now as current time, length hello as string length, sqrt 49 as square root, output will be the current time, string length and square root. So difference between the stored procedure and function in MySQL. So a stored procedure is a set of SQL statements that perform a specific task and can return multiple values. A function is single SQL statement or set of the statement that return a single values. Return type can return multiple values using out parameter. In the case of function, always return a single value. Usage used to okay. So store procedure used to complex business logic, operations and automation. Function used mainly for the calculation and returning a single computed value. Call syntax. So call using call procedure time parameters in the function called within the SQL query using select function name parameter. Can be used in the select statement. Store procedure no. Store procedure cannot be used inside a select statement. Function yes, function can be used inside the select statement. Can have input output parameter. So store procedure yes, support in out and input parameter. Function no, only in the parameter are allowed. Can execute DML statement insert update delete. So in the case of stored procedure, yes, a procedure can modify database tables. Function limited, a function cannot modify table directly. Transaction support transaction control commit rollback in the case of the store procedure. Function does not support transaction control. Stored in database, stored procedure, yes, stored procedure are saved in the database. Function, yes, function are also stored in the database. Can use loop and cursors. Yes, support loops, while loop, repeat and cursor in the case of the stored procedure. In the case of the function, no function do not support loops or cursors. Performance impact. Stored procedure faster for the bulk processing and complex tasks. Function faster for simple calculation or data retrieval. Best use case. Call procedure. Stored procedure used when we use execute multiple SQL statements together and return multiple values. Functions used when we need to return a single computed value inside a query. So example of the store procedure, delimiter. Create procedure get employee ID, employee in employee ID int begin select start from employee where ID equal to imp ID and delimiter calling the procedure colon call get procedure 101. Example of function delimiter create function get employee id int, return decimal 10 to deterministic, begin, declare salary decimal 10 to, select salary into salary from employees where id equal to imp id, return salary, and delimiter calling the function select get employee salary 101. Key takeaways: use store procedure when you need to perform complex operations and modify the database. Use function when you need to return a single value inside a query. So how? So they ask me another question. Write down the database query for search. So select star from customer where customer name like a ampersand. Okay. These were the questions. If you want to see, okay, if you want to see all the data, then select star from customer. Find custom whose name start with A. So select star from employees where customer name like A and then percent, or we call it ampersand. Find customer whose name ends with T. So select star from customer where customer name like, first you have to use ampersand then T. So it is for the end. Okay, so this is reverse this thing. For start with A, so this ampersand will go in the last, and if ends with T, then ampersand will come prefix. So query find customer whose name contains M anywhere. So select star from customer where customer ID like ampersand M ampersand. So query find customer whose name had exactly 5 letters and start with A. So you have to make a search query. So select star from customers where customer name like A, and then you have to use the underscores. Okay. So another question they ask me, views in database. So in SQL, a view is a virtual table based on the result set of an SQL statement. A view contains rows and columns just like a real table. The field is a view are fields from one or more real tables in the database. So key points: virtual table. A view does not store data itself, it stores the SQL query that generate the data. Based on the query, it created using a select statement that pulls data from one or more tables. So no data storage. A view does not store data. It shows a dynamic result set based on the underlying tables. Why use views? Simple complex query. You can store complex joins and queries as views and then access them like the simple tables. Improve security. By restricting access to a certain columns or tables, you can create views that only show the necessary data. Data abstraction. Views provide an abstraction layer, meaning the underlying table structure can change without the affecting how user interact with the data. So in SQL, views are typically read-only, but in certain cases you can update a view. However, there are the limitations depending on the complexity and the view and the database you are using. So when you can update a view, so you can update a view if the view is based on a single table. The view does not include any aggregation like the group by, no, or joins or distinct, and no subsequent in the select statement. All the columns of the views are the updatable, meaning of the underlying table allows modification through the views. When can't you update a view? You cannot update a view. It involves multiple tables, for example JSON between tables. It uses aggregate functions, sum, count. It includes distinct group by or complex subqueries. The view is based on a computed or derived column, concat or case expression. In summary, yes, you can update views if there are the simple table, no joins, no aggregation. For more complex views, joins, subqueries, aggregation, you cannot directly update them. So next question they ask me, binary tree. So a binary tree is a structure where each node has at most two children, a left and a right child. So what are the types of the binary tree? Full tree. Every node has 0 or 2 children. Complete tree. All levels filled except last, which is the filled left to right. Perfect tree. All internal nodes have 2 children and all leaves are at the same level. BST. Binary search tree. Left root right. Balanced tree. Height difference left and right is at most 1. What is in order, pre-order and post-order? In order. Left root right. Pre-order root left right. Post-order left right root. So real use of the binary tree. So used in searching, sorting, expression tree and memory storage like heaps. Next question, hashing techniques. Hashing is a technique to convert a key into an index using a hash function to store and retrieve data quickly. Why hashing? It gives fast access to the get to data, usually O1 time to for insert, delete and search. What is collision? When two keys get the same hash index, it is called a collision. How to handle collision? Hashing techniques. So chaining stores multiple elements at the same index using a linked list. Okay. So linear probing, quadratic probing concept. If a collision occurs, check slots at interval of I square, that is index plus 1 square, index plus 2 square. Double hashing concept. Use a second hash function to determine the step size of the probing. Another question they ask me, what is the SQL injection? So SQL injection is a code injection techniques that might destroy your database. SQL injection is the placement of the malicious code in SQL statements via web page input. Student ID and the student enters the following in the input field. So 1 2 2 3 4 or 1 equal to 1. So this basically translates to select star from student where student ID equal to 1 2 3 4 or 1 equal to 1. Now this 1 equal to 1 will return all records for which this holds true. So basically all the student data is compromised. Now the malicious user can also delete the student records in a similar fashion. Next question they ask me the ACID property. So ACID is atomicity, consistency, isolation and durability. So atomicity, that is all or nothing. Definition. A transaction is treated as single unit, meaning either all of its operations are excluded or none are. For example, if a transaction involves transferring money from one account to another, both the debit from one account and the credit to the other must succeed. If one fails, the entire transaction is rolled back, ensuring no partial update. Consistency. Definition. A transaction takes the consistency, that is a valid state. Definition. A transaction takes the database from one valid state to another valid state. It ensures that the rules and the constraint of the database, such as the foreign keys, checks, etc., are always maintained. For example, if a rule says the balance is in account cannot be negative, a transaction that tries to withdraw more money than the available balance will fail, keeping the data consistent. Isolation. Definition. Isolation means independent execution. So definition, transactions are executed in isolation, meaning that the operation of one transaction are not visible to another until the transaction is completed. This ensures that the transaction do not interfere with each other. For example, if two users try to transfer money from the same account simultaneously, isolation ensures that the final result is correct as if they were processed one after the other, even if they were processed at the same time. Fourth one is the durability, that is a permanent. Definition. Once a transaction is committed, its change are permanent, even in the case of system crash or failure. The database ensures that the changes are written to non-volatile storage like a disk. Example, if a transaction to transfer money is committed and the system crashes afterward, the transactions affect money transferred will still be preserved when the system recovered. So the summary for the acid property is atomicity, everything happens or nothing happens. Consistency, data moves from one valued state to another. Isolation, transactions don't affect each other's operations. Durability, once a transaction is completed, its change are permanent. So this was the interview in NIC, and the interview date was the 31st January 2023, and the location was the New Delhi. So I will share more interview question. Till then, bye.